Mr. Controversy. Did you miss me? And of course, I got my guy to my right, my guy Rue. What up, Rue?
What's going on? What's going on?
You look kind of vibrant today, bro. The blue.
Oh yeah, man. Repping that East right now, man. Trey Young first All-Star game. It's the Chicago edition.
Oh, that's dope. That's what up, what up, what up. Yo, man. First of all, man, how you been? What's going on?
Man, just chilling, ready for some football, bro.
That's all you keep talking about is football, bro. That's all you keep talking about.
Y'all don't want to know what I've been on.
But hey, I'm good, man. Just dealing with life or whatever. But you know how that is, bro. But either or, man. Hey, man, we got a good show, man. We taking it old school, man. We about to have some discussions, some uncomfortable discussions, some discussions that might make you upset, happy, whatever it is. You know, I gotta act my namesake, whatever. But either or, we are talking today. Rue, man, a situation with Steph Curry, bro, and Magic. In a sense, I think it's kind of blown out of proportion, but at the same time, I think it's a conversation we need to have. Whatever. I think it was what we talked about last week, where you got people are biased because of your age or where you from, whatever. Well, we're gonna break down, tell her the tape, and not only that, just talk about Steph as a point guard, in the point guard position, and can you call him a point guard position and everything that comes with that. Also, we are talking about Mr. Jonathan Taylor. Man, will he get traded? That is the question to find out. I don't know what's going to happen. They gave him an ultimatum. They told him he got 6 days to do it, and so we'll see what happens. Also, we are talking NFC and AFC East. This should be fun, man. Especially the AFC East. We're gonna get into that. Ask some important questions about that, and then we are talking let's stick with football, fantasy football, man. We got Vincent the Fantasy Guru coming on to talk fantasy football, so that should be fun. We got to ask some questions. You said what?
It's that time. A lot of drafts is going on next week.
Yeah. I have them this weekend, so yep. And then we got to talk about Miss ShaCarri Richardson, man. She won the world title on the 100-meter, and I'll get into the crazy part about that. But she have had doubters ever since. She had a little fall and everything, but she got back up. And we'll get into that. I ain't going to touch that just yet. And then we got MLB baseball. Braves still doing what they're doing. But I got an interesting question for you, Rue. I want you to answer, man. We're going to ask later on. I think everybody else going to want to know as well. And then we got quick hit stopping, what's on my mind, and Dr. Fowler coming on, man, answering questions. If you got questions about fantasy football, we got them, and we'll let you ask in the chat room as well, man. And you can let your family and friends that make listen to the show live locally on the 3pointconversion.com. Y'all thought I was going to say 1100. No, on 3pointconversion.com. Also on the 3-Point Conversion YouTube channel as well, and the 3pointconversion.com. I'm on the 3-Point Conversion Facebook page, I should say, on live, whatever. So, yo, man, Rue, you ready to get this show started?
Man, let's get it started. Let's do it.
All right. First off, bruh. So the 49ers named Brock Purdy as the starter today and Sam Darnold as the backup. But they're saying they're going to shop Trey Lance around. Now, they said Trey Lance had a good camp. Bro, what you think, man? Like, I mean, it's hard. My thing is, what is the value of this number 2 quarterback? I mean, it's number 2 overall pick when you replace him with was Brock Purdy, was he 6th round? Something like that?
He was the last pick of the draft, man. Mr. Irrelevant.
Oh, that's right. Mr. Irrelevant. So I don't know how you can shop him around like this. And not saying that Mr. Irrelevant isn't good. I mean, Brock Purdy did his thing last year. But how much can you really get back for him? And then it makes you wonder, did the 49ers mess up when they picked Lance? Was this a wasted pick?
It was definitely a wasted pick. Definitely. It was one of the worst picks. Might be one of the worst draft day moves ever. When it's all said and done, depending on it might be the worst draft day move ever by the 49ers. They traded 3 first-round picks for this guy. 3 first-round picks for this guy. And if that's not bad enough, let's look at the people that came after Trey Lance. You talking about Kyle Pitts, we'll see with him. Jamar Chase, we already know with him. Jalen Waddle, Penny Sewell, J.C. Horn, Patrick Surtain, who's rated a 90, like 94 on Madden this year, by the way. Devontae Smith, Justin Fields. Don't let me keep going. Micah Parsons. Come on, man. Like, this is one of the worst draft day moves ever. They gambled. That's what happens when you gamble.
And then, like you said, then the fact that they're not going to be able to let them play and have them around, and a number 2 overall pick, bro, that's big.
Yeah.
That's real big, man. Moving on, the ACC says they have ramped up talks with, that's for college football now, with Cal, Stanford, and SMU. So basically, they're signing Quick Trip, Burger King. Now, I ain't gonna mess with Stanford, but
I slow down on Stanford and SMU a little bit, just a little bit. In the ACC, we talking ACC right now.
I like Stanford. I mean, Stanford are right.
And one thing I think Stanford does is play defense very well. I think they're a top 25 defensive team in the country. SMU, they got the offense. They could put up 40 quickly. The last, 5 years they've showed they can do that. And we talking ACC, so we know it's only like 3 top dogs in the ACC. Florida State, Clemson, and have your way at the third team. But I like it. I actually like it. And Cal don't play bad defense either. But Cal, offensively they struggle. But yeah, I like it, bro. And I think it's a good 3 teams too. I know it's not like sexy, but those first 2 teams play defense, and SMU can score. So,
but you think that's good? I mean, I guess I'm going at it because I'm looking at it from this standpoint. USC go to the Big Ten. Who the Big 12 got? Big 12 ain't really got nobody, but they got like formidable teams.
Yeah, they got Cincinnati, Houston,
right. But formidable teams.
UCF.
Yep. But still, then they go get Cal, SMU. Like I said, Stanford I'm not mad at, but it's like, come on, ACC. Like, you think it's strengthened their division? I mean, their conference?
It might sound like a bad take right now, but I do. I think it would. The ACC is already, to me, like, this wouldn't hurt them adding people. I don't think it hurts them. You know what I'm saying? Whereas, I don't think it's like, I think it's a win-win for them. I don't think it hurts them, though, to add new teams.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, that's what you believe in, so.
As long as they not losing teams, I think they're good. Like, you don't want to lose Florida State. Like, we know they want out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I feel that. All right, moving on. The NBPA will file a grievance to an arbitrator on James Harden's behalf for his comments on about Daryl Morey saying he violated the collective bargaining rule against public trade demand. I'm gonna tell you this, Rue. Of course I'm down with the players, whatever, but I wonder how they're going to go against it. I mean, true enough, you should be able to speak your mind. He didn't say he wanted to trade. All he said was, I would never play with, Morey again, or, for Morey again. And that could mean that he can retire, right?
Yeah.
Right? So, but at the same time, it is kind of like, in a sense, trade me, even though he didn't say that. Do you agree?
It was definitely trade me. It was a trade to man for sure. Uh, yeah, no, there's no really other way to put it because Maury's not leaving, so
No.
yeah. So yeah, it was a trade to man.
Then moving on, Corey Davis says he is retiring after playing 6 seasons. He was taken 5th overall in 2017. I don't believe he said what was the reason specifically, but man, that was a shock. And I mean, you would think it's got to be something because you would think he got a chance to play with Aaron Rodgers. You know what I'm saying? So whatever it is, hopefully it's nothing bad, and he's good. You know what I'm saying? I don't really want to speak on it because we don't know what's going on. It could be something detrimental. So, and then last but not least, wrestling icon Terry Funk has died at the age of 79. This man wrestled for 50 years. 50 years.
Yeah, that's wild.
And I'm talking punishment, yeah, but punishment, getting slammed to the canvas, all of that good stuff, man. 50 years?
Yeah, it's wild. A lot of wrestling stuff been coming across my timeline lately, man. And my son, he's into wrestling now, so I've been showing him old highlights of The Rock and Stone Cold stuff I used to watch.
Yeah. So we give our condolences to Mr. Funk's family, man. Yeah, lost a good one, man. So that wraps up quick hits. Let's just play a quick commercial break, man. We're gonna be back, man. We're about to have some fun, yo. Y'all stay tuned.
Yo, what's up? This is Grady Jarrett with the Atlanta Falcons.
This is Sean Alexander. You're listening to the 3-Point Conversion. Let's go.
All right, we're back inside the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge, and Rue, it came out with Steph Curry. He was on the podcast with Gilbert Arenas, and who else he was on? What's the show called?
It's our boy, man. We interviewed. It's called Gilbert Arenas.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Right.
I can't think of his name, man. We interviewed him at that first Super Bowl.
Right. In LA. We interviewed him in LA. But either or, and they were talking to Steph, and then Gilbert, Ben Gilbert, which I love the question. He asked, "Yo, who do you think is better between you or Magic Johnson?" Mm-hmm. And of course, Steph said, I have to say myself. I mean, what you expect me to say? Which I get and I understand. But he said Magic's an icon. He talked about how it's dope knowing that you've been compared. He said, obviously, I have more time to play, and to see what happens. But I'll start off with you. When you look at the two, can you say, and I know you didn't get to watch Magic Johnson, but can you say that Magic, just looking at his accolades and the stuff you saw, can you say Curry is a better point guard than Magic?
Yeah, I didn't get to see Magic. We all know the greatness of these two guys. You cannot tell the story of basketball without these two guys. And if you're a real, sports fan, I call myself a guru, so I got to know my stuff. Curry's not a better point guard than Magic. Listen to the key words right there. Point guard. He's not a better point guard than Magic. That was the question, right? It's not a better point guard. He's not the best point guard. Magic is at this point. Curry gets another one. We open the book back up. But at this point, I think Magic is the better point guard. And look at the accolades, like you said. Made the finals 9 out of 12 times. 5 championships. Won it his first year as a rookie. Won the MVP as a rookie. And a lot of people don't talk about this, but when Magic carrying that 91 team, I think to the finals, that was a feat, man, because he had that Western Conference Finals, he had the ball out against Portland, right? Portland was killing that year. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people forget that. But then we talk about Curry, it's 1 and 2. It is 1 and 2, but when you ask the question of the better point guard, I do think it's Magic. And also, like, you see it now with LeBron. I sort of you saw it a little bit with Penny, I think maybe if his longevity, sort of like that next Magic. Because LeBron is basically doing what Magic was doing. You know, we talking about high 20s, 8 and 9, and that's what Magic was doing back in the day. He was 6'9", just like LeBron. So for those who you know sort of you need like a replica of who maybe Magic was, but yeah, I think Magic's the better point guard at this point.
You know, I definitely don't think Curry's a better point guard. If you talk player, if the question was who's the better player, still got to go with Magic, but I can kind of understand it. And people want to put in, which is going to bring me to my next point. I understand that a point guard, of today is not the point guard of yesteryear. So you gotta, point guards, they score now. They're a scorer. We've seen Curry lead his team. We've seen Curry get assists. He gets 6 points, things like 6.4, 6.5 assists a game, something like that, close to that. He does that. So that's still worthy of a very good point guard, a good point guard. Mm-hmm. He can score too. But leadership, when I think of point guard, I think leadership. I don't think it was a better leader than Magic Johnson, ever. I don't think so. Being able to control the offense. Curry can do that as well because he doesn't control the offense as far as pointing, okay, you go here or you do this or do that. No. But what he does controls that offense, because they have to defend him. But the way Magic controlled the offense, you stated, man, it's funny because I want to get to when we talk about winning time or whatever, but for some reason I went back to I've been watching the 1991 finals, right? And I'm not ashamed to say this. I shouldn't be ashamed, not like that, but I'm just the fact that I hadn't watched it. But I remember I was watching I was at church. My father had like what up, Marlon? He had this revival, and I was at church, so I couldn't watch it in 1991 NBA Finals. I was going back and watch highlights and stuff like that. I know about the stats, but I'm like, let me just sit down and watch this. So this week I've been doing this, and when I looked at their team, not just at the team, but the way they changed the style. This was after Pat Riley left, so it wasn't any more Showtime. And now the game is slower, but to see Magic they got game one. Mm-hmm. Just to see that, man, it's like it was big just for him to do that, man, and for what he had and where he was hurt, and it was just a lot. But again, today it's not that same type of point guard, bro. You don't have that. I mean, the last one you have maybe is Chris Paul. And Chris Paul, and I say Chris Paul because Rondo's, I don't know if he retired yet, but Rondo hadn't played since year before last or last year.
Yeah,
so
you go, yeah.
Chris Paul is probably I think Trey is a true point guard. He scores too, but Trey is, I mean, you average 9 assists a game.
Yeah, same thing. Halliburton, sort of.
Halliburton, right. Halliburton, you're right. Mm-hmm. But these days you don't have that. You know what I'm saying? And everybody's looking at can't be a true point guard, or he's not a true point guard. Or do you feel like that resonates with today, or should we just go away with that? Or pure point guard, my bad, pure point guard.
Yeah, I think you gotta go away with it mainly because of Curry, man. Mainly because of Curry, because we gotta go by what's on paper, but we all know Curry's not really a point guard. Like on that team, he is. We'll see with Chris Paul this year how they play it, but we all know that he's not. He does everything a two-man does. But back to the conversation we had with who's better. We both agreed that Magic's the better point guard. But when you pick, you got to go by a point guard. Curry's a point guard. When you pick a 5, or you picking a team, or you're starting a team, I don't know if I'm taking Magic over Curry though.
Ooh.
And like at all under any circumstances, especially with who my 2 and my 3 is. I don't think I'm taking Magic at all. So it's so iffy, man. Like,
and I understand that, and me being able to watch Magic play, especially his last 6, I say, and I was still young, but I still remember Magic from 85 on. You know, Magic, believe it or not, Magic was my favorite player in the NBA when he was playing. I'm gonna say something on it. I'm gonna say something on the air. And you're right, Mark. Marlon says I think younger generation needs to respect the old game, and old generation needs to respect the way the game has changed. You're right. That's a great point, Marlon. That's a great point. But I'm about to reveal something I've never revealed ever. Not on the 1991 series.
you're a Bulls fan.
I'm a Bulls fan, so I don't play around, whatever. Bro, I was rooting for Magic.
That's crazy.
I was Magic.
Wow, he was going against Jordan.
He was my favorite. Magic was my favorite. I love because that's what I grew up on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Jordan came in as a rookie, but when your father's all you hear is Magic, 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 and whatever. That's all you hear. So that's all I knew. You know, whatever. I mean, I love Jordan, of course, but man, Magic was my first favorite player ever. So yeah, he was. That's why they had a switch on Pippen because Jordan kept getting foul trouble. Yep. So I get it. So let's end it like this, bro. So we did. So all right. So Dennis said talk about the pure PG statement. And we kind of hit on it, but I'll go deeper into it. We were just saying, I don't feel like I kind of think we need to go away with that from here on out. And Rue agrees. I mean, today's game is a different aspect. Like we said, you got maybe 3 Chris Paul. He's about to retire, but you got Chris Paul.
We're talking the last 20 years, like Steve Nash, kid.
Right. You had but the last 5 years.
Right.
You got Halliburton. I still say we agree that Trae Young, you can put Trae Young there. I mean, Trae's averaging 9 assists a game. Like since he came in the league, right? Halliburton and like I said, Chris Paul. But it's gone. You don't have that anymore. So I feel Dennis, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't know where Dennis is going, but I think that's an important conversation we need to have because if we're going to continue to judge people, point guards, or label them where they're not a pure point guard, what defines a pure point guard?
Man, that's a good question. I think definitely the assist has to be there, the assist to the points, you know, the all around just playmaking, I think. It's hard though, because I look at LeBron when he was playing the one a few years ago.
In LA, yeah.
In LA, like he was doing everything a point guard is supposed to do. Would you call him a pure point guard?
He's not. I mean, for that year, I think he did. Yeah. But I just think, like, I go back to what Marlon said. Marlon said it best. I think the younger generation needs to respect the old game, and the old generation needs to respect the way the game has changed. And I think we need to meet somewhere in the middle. Because I'm not gonna lie, it's hard for me to respect this game, bro. It's hard for me to respect the game. Like I say it all the time, bro. It's hard to watch basketball these days, man, because of what I grew up on. You know, and I'm old school. I'm with Dennis. I'm gonna always say Magic. First of all, just because of what Magic did, you know, what he's done. Curry revolutionized the NBA. We know that he changed it, but Magic revolutionized the point guard situation as far as you start looking for bigger guards to try to run. I remember Steve Smith. They was trying to have Steve Smith. Anthony Hardaway was a point guard. If you listen to all these players, Shaq said he wanted to be a point guard because of Magic. You know, he outgrown, but you just got those type of. I mean, Magic made a big mark in the NBA because we had never seen anything like that before. You know, yeah, I agree, Marlon. So, like I said, it's hard. I mean, it's hard to adapt. Yep, it's hard to adapt. You know, and for the younger generation, I know sometimes they look at us like you tripping or whatever, but I'm old school, man. To see where the point guard is not looking to pass first. You know, they're looking to score, and that's it. It's hard to get, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, because you have people like you know. So, but look, go ahead and move on. And I definitely want to talk about it more. But real quick, younger generation like the way it looks more. Older generation care about more effectiveness and everything, efficiency and all. Fun. That will continue to see and continue to be. But I mean, we'll see what happens, man. You know what I'm saying? We'll get over it at some point, whatever. But look, we're gonna take a quick break, man, and we're gonna be back to talk some NFL football. We'll be right back.
Hello, everybody. I'm Kyle Brandt. You might know me from Good Morning Football or maybe early 2000s Days of Our Lives. And you right now are enjoying the 3-point conversion radio. You're watching, you're listening, you're loving. I love these people. They're dynamite. 3-point conversion radio. Get it.
We're back. Got my guy, Rue. I was about to say I got my guy, the intellectual, but he and we gotta get the show here, man. You know, we're gonna bring him back soon for real. He gotta come back. I was thinking about it this week, man. Gotta get that joke. Get that joke of his Jordans. We won't say flowers. We'll give him his Jordans. You know, sneakers. That was my road dog, man. You know what I'm saying? He was with me, man, through all them years, whatever. So, but shout out to the intellectual. But quick question before we really get into this main question. Bijan Robinson, you a Falcons fan? I don't know if you've seen some of the highlights he's had. Little ashes. Where do you see him going? Like how good will he be? Now, how could he? Because we don't want to say could. I mean, it's easy to say that. Do you think he lived up to expectations? And you could be biased or not. I don't care.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think he's gonna oversee expectations. First year, he's gonna be rookie of the year. He's gonna be offensive rookie of the year. I think he's expected to win though. He's the Vegas favorite, so I don't know if that's over exceeding. But I definitely think he's gonna shock some people because man, I'm hearing some Falcon fans like they don't sound too high on my boy. Like they keep talking about Algier. I keep hearing Falcon fans talking about Cordell Patterson running the ball. Man, y'all don't stop it. Algier was a 5th round pick. Cordell Patterson just happened to be lightning in the bottom. We got lucky with him at the, in the mid to the end of his career. Man, this is the man. Like, let's get behind him right now. Bijan talking about he's not going to get that many touches and he's got to share the backfield. No, he's not. This dude's going to be a workhorse, bro, early on. Out the backfield, receiving, running, everything. He's going to be, like, this dude hadn't even touched the field, and he's going to be guaranteed top 10 fantasy pick. We're going to talk about fantasy in a minute with Vince. Haven't even touched the field and already a top 10 fantasy pick. Like, come on, man.
But you know what, though? I watched some of his plays. You can see the explosiveness. I think one thing I like about Bijan is the fact that, and I think we'll see it more, is I'm gonna tell you why he reminds me of Marshall Faulk. Not necessarily of his style of play, but mainly on he's smart, man. Just the certain moves. He got that Marshall Faulk, Thurman Thomas type player, and both of them were, they could catch the ball and everything like that. But I think just the subtle moves he make, you know what I'm saying? Knowing when to put the ball in his hands. We're going to see about his blocking and everything, but it just looked like he can read the field, just from what I've seen so far. Looked like he reads the field. He knows what's going on, even at an early age, early in his career. I think that's what's going to get him through, and I think that's what's going to make him elite player, man. And I'm not going to lie, man. I'm thinking about – I don't know how I'll go drafting him. I know we're going to get to that later, but I like Bijan. I like him. I think it was a good pick. Yeah. It's one of them picks where, like I said, the Falcons at that point where it's like, look, let's get the best player available or let's get what we need. And I think they got the best player available because they didn't need a running back, of course. Right. When you Algier or whatever. And let's get this something straight. Algier ran for 1,000 yards last year, right?
He did.
When did he first start playing? Did he play week 1?
No, he always shared the backfield with Cordero early. Cordero had it early, the workload.
I'm gonna give it to him, but to me, it's still not big when you get 1,000 yards in 17 games, and that's not a big mark. I'll say if you get 1,100, okay. If you get like 1,010, that's only 55 yards a game, 58, something like that, close to for 17 games. So can't but either or, you had a back that he was productive and he did well when he played. So, But speaking of running backs, Jonathan Taylor. What's going to happen, Rue? Because, look, they gave him hey, you got 6 days, bro, to make this happen. If you don't, we're not trading him. I've never seen somebody say, all right, go ahead, we'll let you seek a trade, but you only got 24 hours. Or you can only talk to these 2 teams or whatever. Never seen that before, but what teams you see him going, man? Because the only teams I see him going to, I see Miami, because Miami got like 800 running backs right now. But Miami, I don't know about. I got to check Minnesota's because they said they want a first-round pick.
That's what I was thinking too.
I could see Minnesota, right?
Yep.
Oakland said, Las Vegas said they're not trading Josh Jacobs. So, and then the other team, maybe Buffalo. They need a big time running back.
Yeah. Another team, I don't know how aggressive they're gonna be. Cardinals, maybe. I don't know. But as far as
Cardinals.
I
don't think he would want to go there
for them. Like you said it, they want a first round pick for him. I don't know who's giving up a first round pick. Like you got to go back and look at the history of the first round picks given up. I think the last first round pick that was in a trade. Correct me if I'm wrong, somebody. I think it was Jamal Adams. That was like 3 years ago. People not giving up first round picks no more for nothing. Like they're not coming off so it's gonna be interesting to see both sides. Like because he wants that deal, Taylor wants the long term deal.
And that has a lot to do with it, also. Yep.
So like if you're gonna trade, you're not gonna give me a long term deal, but you're gonna seek out a first round pick for me. Like how much do you really value this guy? Like I don't understand it.
You talking about the Colts?
Yeah, as far as the Colts, like I think we're gonna see how much they really value him. Like if they only see him as a first round pick, like.
Well, but like you said though, you kind of answered your question because that's a lot for any player. You don't see that.
Right. You're right.
So, and then you gotta understand.
I guess I'm trying to say the value for him on the other side. Like I don't see no. I don't know. I don't.
Well, I think because you talking about for the other team.
Yeah, like what's he gonna get?
Oh,
because I don't see him getting C-Mac or Alvin Kamara money. Like, So
No, it's hard to. It just depends, bro. Like it depends on because I don't know. I know Miami's paying the grip. I don't know how much money they have. Um, I know that Minnesota. I know they're gonna have to pay Justin Jefferson, and they're gonna have to break the bank with him. But other than that, I don't know who else they're paying. So maybe they can do it. I don't know. Buffalo, they cheap, so they strap for they don't have it like that. But still, I just think it's going to be kind of hard because there's a lot of running backs that really don't. A lot of teams that really don't need running backs. The Bears got the money, but why would the Bears do that when we just drafted this rookie? We got Khalil Herbert, who's in his third year, and we still got Dante Foreman, and we're paying probably like $5 million altogether for all three, which all probably gonna get production. So I can't see that. Now, the question is, how will this open? Let's say if it gets traded, how will this open up the door for Leonard Fournette, Kareem Hunt? Raiders already saying they're not trading Jacobs, but who else is out there? Kareem Hunt, I'm missing. Yeah, that's about it. Because Jacobs, I don't think gets traded. They saying they're not going to trade him. So how does that? How does this play, or how does this affect those running backs? So let's say if they do trade him, if you the coach now, do you go for Leonard Fournette or do you go for a Kareem Hunt, who is still young?
right, because isn't Naeem Hines injured again or something, or was that last year? I swear that guy gets hurt every year for the season. So yeah, I would think they will go after one of those running backs. They need a safety net for their young quarterback too. So you definitely need a one of those veteran running backs. So I could definitely see them making a move. So yeah.
Now Jacobs didn't show up to camp yet. Yeah, he hadn't showed up yet. So last I heard today, he hadn't showed up yet. So but the Raiders are like doubling down. They like, yo, we're not trading him. Because to me, wouldn't that be a better trade?
To get
Jonathan Taylor. Because Jonathan Taylor's problem is he don't want to bid for the coach. It's not just the fact that they're not giving him $16 million. Like you said, when Irsay on that nose candy again, Marlon, when he made that dumb statement, that's what messed him up. So I think if I was the Raiders, I would. Your boy don't want to be there. Not Jacob, but Jonathan don't want to be in Indy. Y'all might as well make that swap. See if it can happen. I mean, they don't have you can't block a trade. You know what I'm saying? Make it work. That's what I say, man. So look, we're gonna shut this one down as well, man. We're really about to have some fun, man. We're about to break down this AFC East, NFC East. It might get a little. I think this is where me and Rube won't agree with each other. How much I want to bet? We
said we
I
are.
don't think we're gonna agree with each other on this one. So yeah, y'all stay tuned because I don't think we agree on whatever. All right, y'all, we're gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Hey, this is Earl Campbell.
Hey, it's Chuck the Iceman Liddell.
This is Emmitt Smith, and you're listening to 3 Point Conversion.
Yo, all right, so we're back. All right, bro. AFC East. Let's get to this AFC East, man. Because I'm gonna tell you, this is probably gonna be the most fun division. Hopefully, it doesn't be like what we thought. Hopefully, it doesn't be like what the AFC West was last year. I mean, AFC West got two teams that made the playoffs, but we thought that was gonna be a battle. Denver got there. Chargers, and Vegas, of course, Chiefs. Well, AFC East right now is looking real good because, of course, with Rodgers, and then Buffalo's been raining, and then with the Dolphins, they look like they're looking good. They're coming up. Rue, man, who you think gonna be the best? Who's gonna have the best offense, the most explosive offense in this division?
Best offense? That's tough. That's tough. That's gonna be tough, man. Gotta go Miami though. I don't think they're gonna be the best team in the division, but I think they'll have the best offense. I think they got weapons to do so, and I think Tua has a little chip on his shoulder this year. You see, he got the sleeve, the Samoan sleeve, so he finally got his stripes this summer. So I think he coming. I don't know if anybody saw, but my boy went at Ryan Clark's head today at
Yeah, what happened?
Nah, he was just telling Ryan Clark to stay in his place.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Basically, you don't want that smoke with me, bro. I'm Samoan. That's what he said, basically. So I think best offense will be the Dolphins in this division.
Why you okay? Let's break it down. So
and by that, what I say, like, so what are we going by? Like the most points or definitely the most explosive? Yeah. By all means, most explosive. I think they'll score the most points. Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so hey, you might be right, bro. This is what I'll say though.
You just need Tua to be healthy.
Yeah, if Tua could be healthy, because it looked like at one point, you couldn't stop the Dolphins. When you were playing the slants, I talked about it last week. And that joke could be Tyreek Hill. He'll be 6 yards deep past the defender. Tua kind of underthrow him. He had to slow down. He still be like 3 yards past the defender when he slowed down. Like, crazy.
Yeah.
And Waddle I think he's very underrated. I like Gesicki as a tight end. Buffalo is weird because Gabe Davis, I think he took a step back last year.
After that big playoffs, yeah. Yeah,
with Stephon Diggs. I think James Cook's going to be nice this year, man. I think he's going to be a good addition. So they're always explosive. They always play well. Because Josh Allen, you can't stop him from running, throwing, whatever. Then you got them boys in New York, bro. Like, we don't know what they're doing, Rue. We hadn't seen it yet. But with a Garrett Wilson, I hate Corey Davis left, but you got what's the receiver they got from not Watson, but the receiver they got from
Alan Lazard. I think
Alan Lazard. Right. Yeah, so you got weapons there and the running backs. Now you got Dalvin Cook. Brees is coming back. Still got Michael Carter playing the third down, if they need him to. So they look good too. But I got to say Miami too, bro. I'm shocked that you said Miami. I got to. I just don't think you have corners that can guard those two receivers.
Mm-hmm.
They're too fast.
Best tandem in the league?
Yeah.
Receiver tandem?
What other receiver would you say?
I can't think of two.
I would say yeah.
Yeah.
I would say yeah. You got to put them there. I would say yeah. I would say that they are.
2 top 10.
Two top 10. Yeah, I would say that. So I got the Dolphins as the top. Yeah, the top duo. Okay. I mean, the top explosive team in that division.
Yeah.
But do you think, because, I gave props to the Jets, whatever, and it's still hard to say that, bro, because I don't like watching. Oh, Vince said, let me put this out here. Vince said Chase and Higgins.
I like Hill and Waddle still. They're close. They close.
That's real close. Ooh, that's close. That's real close. That's real close.
I think
but
factor for me.
All right, so the Jets. like I said, I hate Aaron Rodgers. Watching this, I gotta watch it tonight. But watching the Hard Knocks, I found myself laughing a little bit at Rodgers, and I had to stop myself, like, oh, what am I doing? You know, I hate Aaron Rodgers. I hated him when he was at Green Bay. You know what I'm saying? So seeing this close up side, I still don't like him. But I guess I do after what he did at Green Bay. You know, fans mad at him. But either or, but watching the camaraderie and everything, and you see everybody's on their team. You look at the defense. You got Robert Saleh. You know, he's good. He's a good defensive coach. Can you see this team in an AFC championship and then possibly the Super Bowl? I can't. You know what? Maybe AFC championship, but it just seems like we know with Rodgers, every time Rodgers get in the playoffs, late in the playoffs, or I should say further down the playoffs, whatever, he messes up. I don't think we get to talk about that. He chokes. He'd make a dumb play or two. So I can't see it, bro.
Yeah. I think it's all set up. AFC Championship, I don't think so. Because I still don't see them beating better than Buffalo. I mean, Bengals, Chiefs. I think they got, that. Playoffs, they should. I think they should make the wild card with this team, though. And we'll see from there. But at this point in his career, Aaron Rodgers, he's not going into the playoffs as the best quarterback or the number 2 quarterback behind Brady anymore, like it was for years. He's literally like number 5 or 6 now, going into the playoffs. So he don't got, it doesn't have that advantage for him anymore. These young dudes, Josh Allen, Burrow, Hurts, Mahomes, expect them all to be there. So I think the game is changing. But I like the team though, man. The defense, number 2 defense, I think scoring defense in the league last year. I think they're gonna pick up right where they left off. Like that defense,
Go ahead.
that defense is feisty, man. Soft.
What's the DT for them?
Quentin Williams.
Ooh, Williams is a beast. Yeah. Oh my God. He's a beast. Like, bruh, the way what he was doing last year, but what you saw on Hard Knocks, what he's doing at Hard Knocks, when they had that joint practice, man, and he kept going at he kept getting sacks. Like, they judge, you can't actually tackle him, but it's like if you get to him, bro, he had like 10 sacks. It was one day, it was crazy. So yeah, I mean, I just feel like Rodgers is gonna somehow mess up like he normally does. He's gonna hurt him like he normally does. That's why I don't think they can. I know they're not going to Super Bowl.
And I don't think they got a true number 1 like receiver threat either. Like Garrett Wilson's cool, but he's in his second year. Allen Lazard, is he really? That's what we saw for years in Green Bay.
Right.
So the receivers kind of. I know they got Randall Cobb and Davis just retired today. The receivers, to me, aren't something to ride home about.
So you talk about their best defense. Do you think that because Buffalo lost a lot when they lost Tremaine Edmonds?
Yeah, I think the Jets had the best defense in this division.
If Jalen Ramsey comes back, you gotta remember, man. Now you have just lost his name. The defensive coordinator.
Howard. Oh.
No, the defensive coordinator. He was a Denver Broncos coach, and he was our coordinator.
Nick Fangio.
You got Nick Fangio there.
Yeah, Vic.
Vic Fangio. And Vic, we know what he does with defenses. He changed the Denver Broncos defense. He made up a great defense. What he did with San Francisco, they were a great defense. Can you see him doing that with Miami?
Yeah, I've always liked Vic Fangio. Since he was with y'all. Yeah, I think he can. And he has the pieces, like you said. Don't forget they got that boy Bradley Chubb over there too. Jalen comes back and Xavier Howard, who has had a couple off years. But no, I think they got the pieces to be good too. That defense is good and can support that offense, man. Miami could win this division.
I think Miami surprising. Who wins the division?
I'm going chalk though, man. I'm going Buffalo. Going chalk. I think Buffalo doesn't lose a game at home this year too, by the way.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, I gotta go. I don't know.
Close though. This, like you said it though. Hopefully this ain't like the AFC West last year, man.
Yeah, like
for them, bro.
I mean, like I said, I hated Jalen got hurt, but I think he's supposed to come back at some point. But it's hard to go away from Buffalo, man. They just been that team. Let's move on to the East though, man, because my question with the East is, we saw what Dallas got in the offseason. Can, as far as on the offensive side of the ball, can Dallas finally, and we saw what they did last year, honestly, because they were in the playoffs. They played 49ers great. But can they compete to win for the NFC East and really have a good chance of winning it?
Yeah. I think so. The defense is great. That's why. So anytime your defense is great, I give you a chance. Got the best defender in the league, Michael Parsons, to me, besides, Aaron Donald, till he decides to hang it up. But to me, it's all on Dak, man. A lot of it's on Dak. If he can, I think, like you said, who they add? Brandon Cooks, Michael Gallup, another year removed from the injury. And of course, CeeDee Lamb, who's become the star. Dak has to be better, man. He has to be better. He got to stay healthy too. But also adding Stephon Gilmore to team up with Trayvon Diggs on that defense with Michael Parsons. Like, I like Dallas this year. I think it's a lot of it's on Dak.
You know what? I want to see Dak. Dak came out. That could have got a stop at him saying he's not going to throw more than 10 interceptions.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But
I heard that.
At the same time, though, I mean, maybe he's never came out and said that. So maybe he might be like that. It's funny because he threw two interceptions to Diggs in practice. That was funny, but in a row. But I mean, Pollard, man, he's explosive. He get more touches. The question is, will they lose a lot by not having Zeke there? That'll be the question. I think the defense gets better. I think Diggs is going to get better each year, as a corner. We saw him, he got choice the year before last. Last year, he played much better. Parsons, I think, going to win Defensive Player of the Year. He's finally going to get it. And if they can beat the Eagles, if they got to beat the Eagles at least once. They got to beat them at least once. And then, speaking of the Eagles, I just wonder, do you think they take a fall this year? Like, you would think they would get better because Jalen is starting to enter in his prime. They're gonna have more chemistry with the receivers now. The defense looks that much better, but has teams caught up to them?
I don't think so. Yeah, I would say no.
The way them jokers looked in the Super Bowl against Kansas City.
Yeah, and I think they saw what they needed to do. Everybody know what they needed to do. Just improve on the offensive line a little more. Keep drafting like y'all been drafting, and I think they did all that. So, you still got Lane Johnson and Kelsey on that line. I think really that's the most important part. The trenches with them, offensive line, defensive line.
Right.
Yeah. So
all right. So, who would be the last question? Do you think the Giants step in? Can the Giants step in and do anything? Can Daniel Jones be that guy that he got paid for? Like, can he represent who they thought they were paying?
No.
I mean, because he got a safety. He got a safety in Darren Waller right now. Saquon's gonna be there, but the thing is, I know they picked up. Who's the young kid they picked up? The Giants, the wide receiver. They picked up some young kid in a draft, but I think that's their Achilles heel. They still don't have that wide receiver.
Yeah, man. I think the Giants got lucky. Well, I don't like to use that word lucky, but I think they got lucky last year in a lot of games, bro. I saw something. They finished in negative point differential last year. But yet won 9 games and made the playoffs. Like that's a lot of luck involved in that. I think they take a huge step back, man. I think they only win like maybe 6 or 7 this year. Like I don't think they have a good year at all. I think they finished last in the division too.
Wow.
I think Saquon's upset. It's going into the season. Like I don't know. I don't think Dayball can hide. And if he can, he's doing a damn good job, Daniel Jones, for another year like he did last year. Because he hit that boy last year. Had him,
he
had
did
him
a good job. Yeah. He did a good job. But I mean, that's what Dabo does, though. I mean, look, we thought
Dayball. What I say, Dabble.
Yeah, we thought Josh Allen was trash, though. We thought he was garbage.
That first year, right? Yeah.
First 2 years, and then when Dabo came, all of a sudden now he's best quarterback in the league. So you don't think he can do that with Jones? Jones can run too. Jones will have a stronger arm than him, but
I don't know, man. Something about that team it just stinks to me, and it might be with the receivers, bro. Like I don't know. It's just something's off with that team, man. Last year was just so like, bro, you knew the Giants weren't a threat, but they made the playoffs. Like they were the weakest team in the playoffs. Everybody knew it. Like they was never a threat. I don't know. They play like it's their game style, though. I don't know. It just feels like they can be beat. When I look at them on paper versus everybody else, it's like it's not convincing. Like no win is convincing for them.
Yeah. So we'll see, man. But I do have Buffalo winning that division, and I have the Eagles winning this division. And I'm pretty sure you agree, right?
Me as well. We thought we weren't going to agree, but yeah, me as well.
Yeah, for real. All right, man. So you got to stop it this week? Hold on, man. Wait. Speaking of stoppage, we got to stop the show. What up, Brandon? My guy, Brandon, where was you at, man? I know the last time. So Brandon's one of our favorite fans, man. Brandon's always on here, man. And the week before last, he told me I can't rock with you no more, Mr. Controversial. I forgot what I said. And then he didn't show up last week, so I took it personal. I'm not gonna lie. I took it personal, but either or, yo, it's time for the infamous, the most famous Stop It segment. Rue, what you got?
Now, my Stop It, we sort of talked about it earlier, man. It goes out to Ryan Clark for sort of coming at Tua, calling him because he basically called him fat. I don't think that's Clark. I mean, I know it's his job to get paid and everything, but I don't know. I just think that's a bad look when you are old. Like I don't know what it is about like the ex NFL players. Like when you're an old player, and you talk about somebody in the NFL now, like you shunning them. I just don't think that's cool. Y'all got to go see what he said though today. It was just corny to me, man. I think Tua is one of the easiest players in the league to root for, even if you don't like him. I just think he's always easy to root for. So him coming at him on the show like that, and I'm glad he got the response. That I'm so glad Tua went at him like that and gave him that response. You can't be doing stuff like that. So my stop it goes out to Ryan Clark, man. Might be kind of weak, but that's my stop it.
All right, my stop it. And at first I didn't have one, but I gotta go with Brandon, man. Brandon, you talking about he didn't text me the link. Brandon, you've been following this show forever. You know every week the show is on YouTube. Bruh, you gotta subscribe. You see it right there. Subscribe.
Y'all hit the
You've
like.
Been on the show every week, listening and watching and commenting. You said what? You breaking up, Rube? But yeah, man. Like, come on, bro. Like, how you gonna come in and talk about he ain't send me the link and you've been on here for the last 6 months?
Oh, Brandon,
come on, dog. You know what? So no, you know what? Matter of fact, let's do it the right way. Just for Rube.
Stop it. Stop it.
Let me turn
Stop
it up.
It.
Hold on. I don't know if you
Stop
can hear
it.
Let me turn it up so they can hear.
Stop it. Stop it.
Can you hear it?
Stop it.
Yeah, I can. We can hear it. Yep, we can hear it. We done heard it about 18 times.
That's how many you get. That's how many you get. You know. So, but anyway, man. All right. I want to do this before we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna talk fantasy football, man. We're gonna bring on Vincent, the fantasy Jew, in, and we're gonna talk fantasy football for a minute. Rube, when he comes on, I want to know who is what is the player that you say you won't get? Don't tell me that right now, but I want to know who's the player that you would not get. Okay.
In the first round?
Huh?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Cool.
Yeah, in the first round. All right. I can barely hear you, Rube. Can you say something else?
Yo.
I can hear you now. All right. So yeah, in the first round. So no, period. Just
right,
period. I won't pick him. All right.
Okay.
All right. So look, we're gonna take a quick break, man. Don't go anywhere, y'all. All right.
My name is George Iceman Gervin.
This is Dylan Brooks. What's up? This is Vince Carter. You're listening to the 3-Point Conversion. Check it out.
My name is George Iceman Gervin.
This is Dylan Brooks. What's up? This is Vince Carter. You're listening to the 3-Point Conversion. Check it out.
All right.
Yo.
All right, there you go. Rube. All right, I need you to tell me, bro. Who is the one player that you won't pick?
Yeah, the one player I'm not touching who was, a couple years ago, even last year, going off what he did in 2021 was high on everybody's list. But I ain't touching Deebo Samuel for nothing, bro. With a 10-foot pole, I ain't touching him.
Why?
I just don't think he's going to give you the production that people think he's going to, like in the old days. Brock Purdy still, I know he did what he did last year, but we don't know what he's going to give us. When McCaffrey coming over, I think his play style clashes with Deebo. Him, being a pass catcher, catching the ball now. I just don't think you get the production you wish you could get like you used to with Deebo. So I ain't touching Deebo. Not until round 3. They got to slip. I ain't touching them the first 2 rounds.
Okay, so
I get past the first 2.
I had Deebo. I'm not gonna lie. He messed me up as well.
You had him last year?
Yep. And I picked him up high. I'm not gonna lie. If he's available, I might get him, but no, he messed me up. He messed me up. But I don't think it's. I wouldn't say that. I won't say that it's a no-go for me. I think I'm trying to think. Who would I? Because last year.
I got one more though.
Last year. Oh, go ahead. Who's your other one?
No. I'll tell you after yours.
Oh, so at one point it was Julio. I think this year I probably won't touch. And well, let me say this. I'll renege. I said I ain't messing with Calvin Ridley again. He burnt me. Because I had a joke at like four teams the year before last.
Oh, when he got suspended.
And he didn't do anything. I mean, nothing. So I won't go with him. But I don't know. I might draft him this year. But honestly, man, I think I'm fair game. Last year wasn't that bad for me. You know what I'm saying? I was good. It wasn't anyone that I'm afraid of this year. I probably want to draft Matthew Stafford again. I mean, not that I would try to get him anyway, but I think Matthew came in. It was like, let me get him. You know what I'm saying? He fell to me. Let me get him. And then next thing you know, he was trash. So like, Russ almost on that list too.
That's what I was going to say. I drafted Russ last year too. I wouldn't draft. If we talking quarterback, I wouldn't draft Russ this year. He was my quarterback last year. I had to get rid of him quite early. One more player I got though, man. It seems like a good year to just let somebody else draft this guy. Maybe after seeing what he does this year, you might go back with him next year. Devontae Adams. I don't know if I'm touching him this year. If I had the chance.
Oh, because of what happened. You talking about because of who he has now?
Yeah, man. And when you look at Jimmy's numbers, it's like complete opposite when we talk about like yards, like per attempt, like average throw. Like it's totally different from Carr. Carr was letting it fly to Adams. You know, let's say fly throughout his career. Garoppolo, I think, averages like 6 yards per throw, bro.
But
I don't know.
Let me say this, and then we'll bring on the guest. When you talk about Garoppolo, it's not fair. I'll say this. It's not fair to say that because look what system he was playing in. 49ers not airing the ball out.
Right. Yeah. True that.
You know, so we really remember he was a high commodity when he left New England. So we don't know. I would just say, let's see. But I feel you though, like I'm kind of, if he falls to me second, third round, I might get him. But other than that, but Devontae Adams is Devontae Adams. So, you know.
All right.
Hey, let's go ahead, man. Let's stop being stingy, man. Let's bring in our guest, the one and only Vincent, the fantasy guru. What up, man?
What's going on, man?
Fellas, can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Good to be here, man. What's going on?
Yo,
glad to have you on, man.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. Hey, look, I thought I was gonna give both of y'all some stop its, man. If y'all didn't have picked my Buffalo Bills winning our division.
Yeah. Crazy now.
So all right, Vince. So the floor is yours, but I'm gonna present the floor with a question. We talked about Jonathan Taylor and what's all going on and where could he go and all of this, and you know, with all this drama. We talked about how it will affect probably Josh Jacobs, Kareem Hunt, and Leonard Fournette. But with those 4 running backs, Jonathan Taylor, Josh Jacobs, Kareem Hunt, Leonard Fournette, where would you draft them?
Ooh, as of right now, well, of course, I don't know if you guys heard the latest report, but you know, about a total of 6 teams are looking at Jonathan Taylor, and 2 of them actually offered the Colts something. So it looks like something's going to happen, but they have not acknowledged who the teams are. So if you're drafting now, in most drafts, he's going toward like the end of the 3rd round. right now, early third round, pretty much. So it'll be dope to, if you draft somebody like an Eckler or a Chris McCaffrey in the first round, and then, you got the second round, you get like a Jonathan Taylor early in the third, that's a steal. Any draft. So going to Jacobs, I mean, again, he hasn't even signed his tenor offer yet. So, but I've been hearing reports that saying that he's gonna report. I know if he doesn't report that he's gonna lose hundreds of thousands of dollars. You know what I'm saying? So right now, I would still actually get him in the second round. In most drafts, just because of what he did last year, led the league in rushing. So he's definitely a second round pick. For regarding Leonard Fournette and Kareem Hunt, they don't have a team right now. So right now they're not even being drafted. Now, of course, depending on what team signs them, then you may want to take a chance, and just depending on the dynamic of who's starting, at the running back position. But as of right now, I won't even draft those two players.
So let me ask you this real quick. In the keeper league, would you take them? Would you take them like in the with the last two picks, or last pick?
See, that's the hard part too, because now you're looking at Fournette's already pushing to that old age of running backs. He's 28. So, and this the fact that he's not even in no one's training camp right now. I mean, I can't really see him being a workhorse going into the next season. So to me, I just feel like that must be a wasted pick late if you want to do a keeper league for him. Kareem Hunt's the same way. I just feel like the things that happened to him in the past, I just think that just took a toll on him right now. So I just don't see none of those guys being fantasy relevant going into the next, even for the next season, and especially in the keeper format setting.
Well, right, in the keeper. I'll say this, then Ruth, go ahead and ask a question. But because he's already talked to New Orleans. In New Orleans, it was some interest. But remember, he left to see what happened with the Jets.
Uh-huh.
I really think he's waiting to see what happens with Indy. Because I think he's waiting to see what happens with Indy and everyone else who trades, just to see. But okay.
Kareem Hunt's I think Kareem Hunt's a year younger than Fournette. So if Kareem Hunt gets there, then absolutely, you may want to scoop him up immediately. But again, as of right now, we don't know. We don't know what's happening. But we do know Jonathan Taylor's 24. He had two great seasons, in his first 2 years in the first 2 years in the league. And for him being that young and so talented, he should definitely be drafted towards the end of the second, or definitely early third. You don't want to pass him up early in the third round. That's a bargain.
We can't hear anything, bro. So
I said, who would you draft first? Justin Fields or Lamar Jackson?
Ooh.
That's a good question right there.
Hold on, real quick. Hey, real quick. Maceo just said, I don't want to cover your face, but he said Hunt out here eating buffets like Fournette.
Who is?
So he said Kareem Hunt out here eating at buffets like Fournette.
Go ahead. Look, that's why they're not big. That's why you shouldn't draft them right now in fantasy.
Right.
But Rue, to answer your question, man, that's a tough one. I mean, that's a really, really good question. And in fantasy, it just really I look at the talent built around the quarterbacks, but then also you have to look at the schedule. And for me, in the beginning of the season, I like Lamar Jackson. I like who they playing in the beginning of the season in the first 4 or 5 weeks compared to Justin Fields. But during the fantasy playoffs, That's between weeks 15, 16, 17. I like Justin Fields matchups better than Lamar Jackson. But I like but if it was up to me personally, I'm leaning towards Lamar Jackson, and that's just because, the things he accomplished prior to. Um, he did it all by himself, MVP. Now he has good. Now he finally has somebody to throw to outside of Mark Andrews. So with Aguilar, you got Odell Beckham, you got Bateman, you got Zay Flowers, and of course Fields still has, he has, finally a solid number one in DJ Moore. You got Mooney coming back from injury. You got Claypool finally playing a full year. You can't go wrong with him as well. But I just worry about, can he do it in the air? Like when he had the line blocking for him, when he really throw the ball, how's the camaraderie between those guys? So all that's kind of I won't say scary, but in fantasy, I lean towards Lamar Jackson. I think he's like my 4 or 5 quarterback, and Justin Fields is like right there behind him, right there between him and Justin Herbert.
You know what? I agree with you. Maceo said he agreed too. He said he think that Ravens offense is going to be crazy. I don't. I got to go with him. The reason why I'm going with Lamar, I just think that offense is set up to be ridiculous. We saw what Zay Flowers did on Monday Night Football.
Mm-hmm.
And he was still going against the ones. So to see what he did, he looked good. And
hey, one thing I've learned over the past couple years is to trust Monken. Todd Monken, the new OC over there. So
yeah, right. That's
what he's doing.
Yep, and that's why it's like, Maceo. I agree. Maceo was like, "What's going to happen when they double team DJ?" I mean, the margins go. I mean, the Fields might run for an 80-yard touchdown.
Look, that's what I'm about to say. If they double team DJ Moore, I mean, Justin Fields is going to probably run it.
but still, I just, you can't go wrong with either or. But I gotta go with Lamar, in fantasy. I got to.
Yeah.
All right. So here's a question of the day to me. Besides, that was great too, but do you trust picking Cooper Kupp within the first 7 picks? Then the hamstring, that's not that's a lingering injury, man. Do you trust him?
Matthew Stafford.
Yeah. I look at quarterbacks, I love how Matthew Stafford just religiously throw him the football. Like there's no other wide receiver out there but I mean, let's be real. I mean, I made the wrong decision of drafting Robert Woods because I thought Robert Woods was going to be that number 1 guy. So and that was the year that Cooper Kupp blew up, right? But the good news for fantasy owners that he did come to practice today. Of course, he's not going to do anything. They're going to want him to, be prepared to play in week 1. So that's a good thing. Healthy Cooper Kupp, fellas, outside of Justin Jefferson, maybe Jamar Chase, Kupp is like number 3 overall. Like he should be, I think he's right above Tyreek Hill, in my opinion, and maybe even number 2 after Justin Jefferson. I mean, Kupp is the man. You know what I'm saying? So, just to see him coming back, I would be a little bit more safe to get him. If he falls to anyone at 7, 8, you got to take that chance. Cooper Kupp is he's just that doggone good. Now, he's no speedster. He's not going to run no deep route where you're going to throw a 50-yard bomb to him. But for some reason, he's a good route runner. And Matt Stafford looks for him every play. Like, the man's going to get 10-plus targets. He's going to catch at least 7 to 9 catches. I mean, you can't and right now in fantasy, I mean, mainly everyone plays PPR. Kupp he's the man. You got to take your chances. You got to roll the dice.
Hey, Maceo said, no, that hammy. And you're right, Maceo, and that's what Vince saying. Here's my thing. You know who really messed it up? And Maceo played football, so I know he kind of knows how that is. But you know who messed that up right now that's got me worried because of that?
Who?
I was about to say Vincent Jackson, not Vincent Jackson. But golly, the wide receiver and for the Chargers,
Keenan Allen.
Keenan Allen. When Keenan Allen mess up his hammy, he can tweak. He can have a cut on his hammy. He could just
7 weeks.
That joker missing 7 weeks in a row.
Minimum.
That's the scary part. No one else does that.
And they're the same age. I think Keenan's like 31 now, and Cooper Kupp just turned 30. So
right.
Yeah, I mean it's always a risk involved, but I mean in fantasy, like just to let you guys know, like tonight I had a draft. I had a choice between Tyreek Hill and Cooper Kupp. I picked Tyreek Hill.
Right, of course. Yeah, I see with that. I get that.
Last question, Vince. Where do you see this is home right here? Where do you see Kyle Pitts going in a PPR format?
Ooh, yeah, those injuries really hurt Pitts over the last season or two. Right now, if you have your tier, of course, Kelsey sits above everyone, right? You have he's going first round. Mark Andrews is normally going like around the end of the third. And then after those two, it really tight ends just kind of fall off. You have Hawkinson over there at the Vikings. You have Waller in the Giants. I'm missing one. Kittle in San Fran, and then you have Kyle Pitts. So my thing is, if you don't get Kelsey in the first, if you bypass on Mark Andrews around the third, then really it's just a wait game. I know in most drafts, Kyle Pitts is going like around 6. He's my after those Kittle, Waller, Hawkinson. Now you're looking at Kyle Pitts, Dallas Goedert, Evan Ingram. You see what I'm saying? But you see the dip. So I'll say maybe round 6, round 7 for Kyle Pitts, and just hope for the best that he gets back to his form as he did as his rookie year when he had over 1,000 yards.
I will say this: do you think him, having Ritter throwing to him now, because for 13, 14 games last year it was Mariota, and we all know Mariota can't throw the quarter. He's not a quarterback.
Yeah.
Do you think that? I think it really Pitts only had 4 touchdowns, I want to say, last year. Off the top of my head, that's what I think it was. Do you think him, having Ritter, is it upside more so than ever right now?
Nah, I don't think so. I mean, Falcons are running. They're running back heavy. You got somebody when you draft somebody in the first round like Beijing. I mean, it's clearly that they want to run that ball. And if I'm not mistaken, I think the Falcons led the league last year, in total rushing attempts and all that. So, I mean, with him and Algier had 1,000 yards last year. So I'm thinking like, wow, why did they need Robinson? But, but I get it. And then especially in that division, oh my God, the Falcons should eat those teams alive in the running. I think I like London, but I just don't think, Pitts, if he stays healthy, I'm praying for the best for him, but right now he's definitely taking a dive. I wouldn't look at him no past 6th, 7th round in fantasy drafts.
Okay.
What about Bijan? Do you think Bijan do you trust? Because a lot of people. So you've been in drafts. We've done where we've done mock drafts. We've seen it where people taking Bijan the first round. Do you see that happening? Do you agree with that, or?
The thing that's killing me is that every time I read the Falcons depth chart, they got Beijing 3rd, and I'm like, y'all drafted this guy in the first round. Why y'all got him 3rd on the depth chart? Like I didn't get that. So that's the only thing that kind of scares me a little bit. But he's going. The man is going first round, and I think when you look at the past, like the Saquons and all those guys as rookies who are bell cow heavy at running back, they do pretty well. They freshman year in the NFL. So B.J. Robinson towards like the later end of the first round, I would pull that trigger. I think he looked good for that first carry, that 12-yard gain. I was like, he didn't do nothing after that. But I mean, just to see that play, I was like, okay, the speed and all, I like that. And then, like, again, Falcons are run heavy, so I can see him definitely getting over 200 touches, which, that's easy over 1,000-some yards. I really want to see what he's going to do out of the backfield catching the ball. But of course, if he's going to give you 50 to 70 catches, that's first round talent.
Yeah,
okay,
one hand catches from him and everything in practice.
So I'll end with this. Please let us know who is your do not draft person this year that you're not drafting.
Gosh, good question. I'm just thinking about the ones that hurt me last year in fantasy. I'm just like, this guy's just not on my draft list. Good question. I would not draft any running backs from Miami. I don't like any committees. Committees, I can't deal with committees. This is nothing but a headache. That will probably be one. Gosh.
Because who was mine? And yours? Ours already.
I said I wouldn't get him regardless, but I said Matthew Stafford.
Oh yeah, I said Debo.
Oh yeah.
Maceo said OBJ.
I mean,
he said
I
you're not
would
going to entice me.
And of course, I would not put Beckham as my number 2 wide receiver. Absolutely not. But if you can get him as your fourth, your fourth wide receiver, if somebody has a bye week and he's actually healthy and playing, oh yeah. I mean, I would take a shot on him.
Well, all right, man. Well, hey, Vince, we definitely appreciate you, sir. Good stuff like this, always. And, man, we'll have you back. If you can, I don't know. I mean, I know you might be gone, but we'll let her have you back next week, man. So, and then, of course, throughout the season.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Anytime.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. All right, man. We'll holler at you, bro. You know what, man? We just gonna bring him on. We're gonna bring in the one and only cousin family in the building. I see him getting ready, but we might want to show just a little behind the scenes anyway. My guy, none other orthopedic for Ortho Atlanta, Dr. Donald Fowler III. What's going on, Doc?
What's up, guys? How you doing?
Pretty good.
I'm good, Doc. So I'm not. I don't know if you had to move or whatever. I like the view you had earlier. Just that was nice. I know you had to move, whatever. But
Doc's
right now,
work.
Doc, is it okay? Is it okay if I
wait?
Say where you are?
I thought I saw that, Doc. I saw
no,
that.
you can say it. We're good.
I thought I had to.
So Doc is covering. Yeah, he's covering the Braves Mets. He's a doctor for the Mets.
Oh, okay. Oh,
he's a doctor for the Mets. Yeah, he had the game. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So right.
Yeah. You guys are winning now, so you're good right now.
No hitter just ended.
Yeah.
So let's start off, Doc. First off, the Washington Commanders, right? This is your team too. Terry McLaurin has a turf toe after Monday's night game. Is there really a specific timetable of how long he will be out?
Yeah, I mean, I think the good news, they did an MRI scan that didn't show any major structural damage. So I don't think it'll be a long injury. September 10th is game 1. They think he should be ready. So I think they'll be smart these next 2 weeks, kind of doing the necessary treatment and rehab, and hopefully be ready to go. He's an important piece for us. And it's kind of, one of those situations is like, should he still been playing that late, like up until halftime? But,
Right.
I guess they wanted to take down the Ravens' 24-game preseason winning streak, which they did, but that doesn't mean anything. So it is what it is. But I think he'll be ready by week 1.
So, Doc, Tennessee Titans wide receiver Treylon Burks, he suffered a sprained LCL last week. Could you tell us a little bit what is that, and could he be back in time for week 1?
Yeah, I would. I mean, the good news so LCL stands for lateral collateral ligament. That's the ligament on the outer part of your knee. So the good news is it was not an ACL or something more serious. It sounds like it was just a milder sprain, so does not need surgery, which is also good. So you will see him back. Do I think he will be back by week 1? Probably not. It's kind of similar to an MCL. So MCL is the ligament on the inner part of the knee. This is the ligament on the outer part of the knee. So kind of almost similar to a MCL. When a guy hurts his MCL, even though it usually doesn't need surgery, they're out for a few weeks. So I would still expect them back pretty early in the season, but you might be looking more 3 to 4 week recovery would be my guess.
Okay. All right. Question of the day. We were just talking about this. And I'm not gonna lie. My draft is not until Saturday. I have Saturday, Sunday, then a few more next week. But I was contemplating on whether I should get this guy, where I'm drafting at. Do you think, and I know what you said last time, but with Cooper Kupp, he came back to practice. He did a little individual thing. He was on the sideline doing individual work. Do you still say don't draft him first round?
I do. You can keep this clip and throw it in my face at the end of the season if needed. But I mean, I still think Cooper Kupp's a great player. He had one of the all-time best seasons ever 2 years ago. So I love Cooper Kupp. I just don't love a guy coming off an ankle surgery. And I also don't love a guy even more so coming off a hamstring injury before the season even starts. Because, again, while Cooper Kupp plays a little more in the slot and I'd say relies a little more on quickness and speed, still any skill player, especially receiver who hurts their hamstring, just tends to be kind of like a nagging thing no matter how much you rested and everything else. So I know they've sat him for 3 weeks and everything else, but I think there's risk. And I think the risk is big enough where I personally would not use a first-round pick on him. If he were there in the second round and fell to me, if you're early second round or wherever else, depending on what you got on your roster, probably have no certainly hesitation taking him there. But I probably have other people higher than him in the first round.
Wait, even in the you tell what a bad. Even like the 9th pick, the 9th or 10th pick, you say still stay away?
I mean, I guess it depends on what kind of guys in your league and who's there at 9 and 10. Right. But I mean, yeah, I mean, there are drafts where you still got people like Bijan or even Kelsey, depending on how your format is, that are still in play at 8, 9. So I like guys like that. Tyreek Hill, people kind of in that framework a little better than Cooper Kupp right now, just again, coming off the injury.
Another first round question, Doc. Cooper Kupp returned to practice today.
I just want to ask. I just asked it. My fault, man. But I asked it. I had to know. But go ahead. You asked Jonathan Taylor. My fault.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I thought you said that was the question. All right. Yeah. So Jonathan Taylor, man. Doc, you think he's really hurt or he just wants to be traded?
Yeah, Jonathan Taylor. So I don't think he's really hurt. His back, I don't know the whole saga with the back thing where they said his back was injured and then he tweeted out, or X, whatever they call it now, X, I don't even know, that never had a back injury, never reported a back injury. I mean, he did come off ankle surgery in the off season, but certainly I think this is all just trying to force the hand, get a trade, everything else. So again, another guy that first round talent, but due to the risk and unforeseen circumstances, unless you got some kind of clarity with where he ends up or what happens prior to your draft, I would probably drop him to the second round as well.
I agree.
Okay. And then I got to ask you this. This is off the cusp. We've been asking everyone this. He's on my do not draft list this season?
I mean, how big of a like? Are you saying like of like guys like top talent kind of guys?
Period. It could be period. Who you're like because maybe they burnt you or whatever. Like who's that?
I mean, I don't like guys coming off injuries. I don't like guys coming off ACLs. So as much as I like him and talented, I'll throw out someone like Breece Hall. He is on my do not draft list, even though the offense is more exciting with Rodgers there. Coming off an ACL, they pulled Dalvin Cook. You don't know what kind of the timeshare is going to be there. So I have someone like Breece Hall on my do not draft list.
That's a good pick.
Well, all right. Look, I would draft him late if he comes second, third round, fourth. I don't know. He's if you're in a keeper league, that's somebody I probably would get for a keeper league.
That's different. Yeah, dynasty.
Yeah, right.
League,
but I understand what you're saying. I'm like in a straight up, and he might not even be worth that at that point where it's like, no, I need some other players. So, but Doc, we definitely appreciate you, man. Like always, man, for coming on, giving us great information. And hey, man, have a great, wonderful week. And hey, we'll see you next week.
Yes, sir. Have a good one, guys.
All right, have a good one. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back.
Have a sports injury? Need to see an orthopedic doctor? Ortho Atlanta is one of Metro Atlanta's largest orthopedic and sports medicine practices, providing orthopedic and sports medicine care for the whole family. With 37 physicians and 14 offices, the practice provides the highest level of care for injury of muscles, joints, bones, and spine. Ortho Atlanta offers convenient access to a full range of musculoskeletal surgeons and specialists. Ortho Atlanta also offers on-site physical therapy, pain management care, MRI imaging, and workers' compensation care. The Ortho Atlanta surgery centers in Austell and Fayetteville provide cost-effective, same-day surgical procedures in an accredited outpatient center. Hip, knee, shoulder, back pain? Ortho Atlanta has you covered with specialists in all areas. Same-day appointments, orthopedic care for the whole family. Ortho Atlanta, Atlanta's choice for orthopedic and sports medicine care. Learn more at www.orthoatlanta.com.
All right, we are back inside the 3 Point Conversion Sports Lounge. That was some good stuff right there. Last two segments were good. Learned some good stuff, whatever. Hey, before we get into baseball, I want to talk about ShaCarri Richardson. Everybody's been doubting her. Everybody's gotten on her for what she did when she got caught with marijuana, tested for marijuana. And she came out and said it, I messed up, whatever. She's young. And she, in a sense, she deserved the scrutiny. I mean, that's what happens when you make dumb decisions. But at the same time, I don't believe that people shouldn't have went hard on her like they did. They went hard on her like crazy, right? They kept talking about her, talking about how she was, she messed up, she was this, she was dumb, and all of that. when she got herself back together, man, they still piled on her. Remember, she took I don't know if you saw that room when she took the wig off, which to me was dope. It was a statement like, yo, this is a new me, new ShaCarri, and everybody, that was dumb. That was on purpose. It wasn't real. We know that. Shut up. You know what I'm saying? They kept going and everything. And then all of a sudden, now, just 2 days ago, was it yesterday? She won the world title 100-meter race, right? And broke a record, I believe, ran the fastest time. The crazy part, Rue, and most people don't know, I don't know if people know, she's the first woman to ever, I don't know if the first woman or first person, period, to ever win the final who made the cut just on time. Basically saying like the only way she was able to make it because her time. She was the last on the last lane, which means she just barely made it because her time beat somebody else. And she won the race. Dope. But you don't hear a lot of people talking about her. A lot of people that was saying all the other stuff, I ain't seen them say a peep.
Yeah, I haven't heard much, on the shows I listen to about it either. And I know it just happened yesterday, right?
Yeah.
But you would think, you would hear more. But no, it's a redemption story, man. I'm proud of our sister, man. Because I did think it was, a mistake she made back then, but it wasn't the end of the world at all. It was so far from it. She'll be in the next Olympics and she'll get it done. So
yeah, I agree. I definitely agree, and I think they messed it up, man. I mean, they not messed up. I think they messed up if they were trying to keep her down, because all she did was make her fight back. And then she came with a quote saying that, I forgot what she said. Like she's not, something like, I'm not thinking, I don't care about the world because they put me down. I forgot what she said. But like Brandon says, people just wanted to focus. I don't think so, bro. Because after a while, some people did. I agree in the beginning, but you had some people that were being, and you're right, because I wanted her to also. And I came out, was like, yo, she deserved this at the time when all that happened. But the way people was getting at her, it was like, yo, like, all right, it's too much. Because to me, when she came back with the wig and everything, everybody, that's fake, that's dumb. Why she doing that? See,
a lot of people thought she was being ghetto.
Yeah, but it was a statement.
Mm-hmm.
Not only that, it was showmanship. What's different from doing that to Dion high-stepping, talking mess, or any other player?
The women's in college now. No,
well,
it's exactly. Her way. Yeah, it's her way of showing in her sport. I didn't take it like that, but I know that's what that was the outlook on that when she took the wig off and all that.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And I just think that with our culture and social media, it's too many times where we beat down somebody that don't need to be beat down. But that's social media. It's easy to do that. Somebody mess up. I mean, if they mess up, I'm not saying if they mess up, we shouldn't be like, oh, it's gonna be okay. No, I mean, they mess up, they mess up.
Yeah, she shouldn't be canceled.
She shouldn't be canceled. You shouldn't, do all of that. Brandon, when you say cut the BS out and when, what do you mean by that? I don't know if you mean, and I'm asking like, because if you mean necessarily like with not focusing, right. But as far as the showmanship, I love, because that's her. That's who she is. That's who she's always going to be. Now, if the showmanship gets to the point where it's slowing her down, okay. But I think that thrives her. But it was the other stuff she was doing that she wasn't focusing on it. And I think she got a glimpse of, okay, you got to chill. You know what I'm saying? When she didn't take it seriously. Deion, how Stephen was rude, though. It showed up to shut up, Al.
That's funny.
Oh, man. But Ruth says she was talking mad trash, but nobody needs to apologize for calling her out. No, it's not about calling her out. And you can talk trash. Nothing wrong with talking trash. But I'm not saying nobody needs to call her out. What I'm saying is nobody needs to keep dumping on her and pouring on her. When she messed up again, Ruth, tell me if I'm wrong. When she, right, Brandon,
I agree. Was both on the side of she needs to be accountable.
Yeah, she needs to be accountable.
Years ago, though. But I remember that. Yeah,
we both said that.
Yeah,
but it got to what I'm saying is to the folks that kept dogging her and kept so every little thing that she did.
No, they thought they thought they was gonna cancel her and she was gonna go away forever. Now they got to deal with it still. Deal with her still, especially Olympic athletes, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, their window sometimes is small.
Oh man, this dude telling what you just heard me. So Ab said when she talked trash, right? You know, that's different too, Ab. I'm not okay, but I'm saying after the fact, Ab, like everybody was getting mad at it. No, I agree, Ab. You can't talk mess and lose. Like you can't talk mess and then get disqualified. No. But I'm saying after the fact, I think it's a time where it's like, all right, yeah, she deserved all the scrutiny. But after a while, it's like, all right, let's, you know what I'm saying? Let's pump her up still. Let's help her out. Let's show, like Brandon said, we want to see her focus. And now those same people not saying anything. And he said she won the other day and everyone acting like she wasn't at fault. Nobody said that. It's people that she won and everybody still want to trash her or get mad at her. Or when she won before this, with the wig, they were trashing her and getting, for what? She won. Like Ab said, if you don't talk mess and lose, she started talking mess and winning. You know what I'm saying? Keep saying your stuff. That didn't change. Deion got burnt before, rarely. It didn't stop him. You know, Muhammad Ali got knocked out after he was talking mess. It didn't stop him. You just got to get on your game, which she's done. And I applaud her for that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want her to change her as far as being a showmanship, but that's what thrives her. It's the thing is, if you're going to do that, you got to be smart and be ready to do it as well. You know, I mean, you got to do all the necessary things to keep up and win. And I think that's what everybody is saying. I believe that's what Ab is saying. I believe Brandon is saying. I'm saying that. But it was just the people that just kept dumping on it, even if she won. And it was like, I didn't like that. You know what I'm saying? Let's not do this to this lady. You know, and that's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? No, people trying to baby her. Baby, I like her. Right. I mean, it's just, you know. So just think if me and Grandma was watching that together back when she lost, or when she snatched the wig off, I don't know what Grandma would have said. Anyway, all right, y'all. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to finish the show with MLB, man. So listen to this message. It might help you out. It definitely helped me out today.
Don't tell me that you can't do the impossible. This is K Boogie here with your food for positive thoughts on the 3-point conversion with our boy, Mr. Controversy and Rue. Yo, don't tell me that if it's impossible, you can't do it. We all know ShaCarri or Kari Richardson, what she achieved just a few days ago. Well, actually, a day ago. They were talking about she's not going to be able to do it in the furthest lane. There were so many things that were stacked against her that deemed it impossible for her to achieve what she achieved. But she achieved the impossible by believing that she can do it. So what if we believe that we can do the impossible? Man, the things that we can achieve in our life. Remember, you're equipped. You have it inside of you. You've been blessed with it inside of you. So believe that you can accomplish what seems impossible. Have a great one. Peace.
Hey, we're back inside the 3-point conversion sports lounge and talking about impossible. Rue, is it impossible for anyone to beat the Braves this year going forward?
Yeah, Braves. They are winning this year. They're winning it all, man. No team is stopping us, and that's all bias aside. If you just watch baseball, you see the Braves are 5 times better than the next best team. And I don't even know who the next best team is anymore because it used to be the Rays, and it seems like the Orioles, but that seems like a facade. When they were just the worst team 2 years ago. So Braves are 2023 world champs. Yes, sir.
You calling it already?
Sure.
Real quick, what do you think? What do you think about this push as far as the AOS?
Yeah, that's the best race in baseball between the Texas Rangers and Houston Astros, and it's cool because
the Mariners and the Mariners are
and the
1.5 games back. Yeah.
Yep, and the Mariners. But I've been saying, the Astros are champs. You can't count them out. But man, it's getting close. It's getting to the point where it's like the Rays, if they continue to, the Rangers, if they continue to, I think stay level head. It's gonna come down to the series that's against each other. Because the Astros are half game back, I want to say.
Yeah, they're half game back.
I didn't think the Rangers will still be doing this to this point, which is kind of surprising. They went out and made moves. They both went out and made moves. Rangers when they got Scherzer, Astros when they got Verlander. But you're right. You can't count Seattle Mariners. Mariners have been the hottest team in baseball over the past 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Even hotter than the Braves. And Julio Rodriguez is the hottest player on the planet right now. This week, dude has 17 hits in 4 games. That's never happened in baseball.
Say that again.
Yeah, 17 hits in 4 games. Julio Rodriguez, the leadoff Mariners have.
Yeah. That's the impossible right there, Al. Golly.
Yeah, 17 hits in 4 games. I'm with you, Al. I don't think the Mariners are going to even make the playoffs, but that race is tightening up. And it's hard for me to say that right now, that they aren't going to just make the playoffs. So we'll see.
Because right now
they are in the playoffs, but a half game up, I believe, or a game up. Who?
Yeah, they have a game up with the Blue Jays.
The Blue Jays
or the Blue Jays, so they could still lose.
And then Boston's right there too. I want to say.
Yeah, Boston's 3.5 games, 4 games behind them.
Yeah,
so I'm proud of, man. But they keep getting on my nerves because they can't get over this hump. I can't wait till we play them again. Are we playing them right now? I can't wait till we play them again. But no, the Cubs.
Yeah, the Cubs just played Detroit.
Yeah, we beat them tonight. But Milwaukee, with 3.5 games back from Milwaukee, they're in the wild card, the Cubs. Now, this is funny because, remember, a lot of people, I think, were shocked. I was kind of like, I was on the fence like, what should we do? Should we do a fire trade or not? But to see the Cubs battle like they have after the All-Star game, were you shocked that they didn't do the fire trade or trade out and then looking at what they're doing now?
Nah, I wouldn't. I disagree with the fire sale. We just saw one of those 2-3 years ago from them. I think they've hit the rebuild quite sooner than they thought.
Right.
Getting Dansby, getting Jamier Candelario in the trade. That was one of the most aggressive moves at the deadline that wasn't talked about. Getting Candelario from the Nationals, who's one of the hottest switch hitters in the league. You got Patrick Wisdom, who's coming back. Ian Happ, man, Morel. Like, I keep going. Cody Bellinger has found a resurgence of life. one of the hottest hitters in baseball right now. The Cubs, they on a really a fast track. I think I like them to win this division. It's gonna be tough, but I think the offense is so far more superior than Brewers' offense. And in baseball, I know you can have all the pitching in the world, but if you can't hit the balls, like, and that's one thing I think the Cubs they got decent pitchers, like, and they got some of the best offense. So we'll see. But fire sale, especially when you know you can win.
Right. All right. So I want to ask you what Acuna is doing this year. I know he got like 22 years left on his contract for $3.7 million, but his next paycheck, where do you see him getting? Because it's gonna be, we don't know what the market will be as far as how much, but do you see him being the highest paid in baseball, or do you think the Braves are gonna get away with giving him a bag of Cheetos and some Flamin' Hots?
As long as he's in a Brave uniform, he will never be the highest paid player. Might not even be the highest paid player in his own league, the National League, ever. While he's in this uniform, it's just not the Braves. Think? Just not the Braves way to go. The most, because look, I will say this: Acuna's contract is one of the worst contracts in sports history. This dude is only making. He has $100 million contract. He signed for 8 years. So he's only making $12 million a year. Mookie Betts is making like $30 million this year alone. 25 this year alone. Like, come on, man. And we talking about the best player in the MVP right now. Braves shortchanged Acuna, and they do owe him. They do owe him a solid, but I don't think the Braves give him over 350. And now that's pushing it. That's pushing it. But I do think they owe him at least three. But the days of him getting Mookie got what? 450? Yeah. Let me see Mookie's. No, Mookie got 365. Soto once, and now Soto might next year we might see he might change the market a bit because Soto's a free agent next year. And you remember he turned down that Nationals deal a year ago when they offered him $430. He turned that down. Why anybody would turn down $430 million. But he turned it down. And I don't think he's going to get close to that. I think he's going to get maybe $100 million less than that, like around 350. So I think it's going to be, and then of course, Shohei. What does Shohei get? But it's hard to compare yourself to Shohei. So I think he compares his contract to Soto's. And I think Soto up next year. So we'll see. I think when Soto signs, he needs to go in that office and start knocking on them doors, man. Braves, we cheated, my boy, man. But also they hit it early, like episode 1 on Winning Time. We didn't really talk about, how he paid those guys early before the mark. Yeah, so that's what the Braves always done. They paid the guys early before they pop.
Yeah, because even though that was a crazy deal, because it's guaranteed. Magic got 25 mil. 25 years, back then it was like, oh snap. But boy, the funny part was, listen to this. I was looking at, and then we'll wrap up the show. Did you have a Ruse tape, or that was?
No, that was my take, man. Pay Acuna.
So I was watching the game 1, and they showed Jordan's salary and Magic's salary. Well, it was called the tell of the tape, and they were showing, like, breaking down, like, Magic had 3 MVPs, Mike had 2 MVPs at the time. So this is 91 finals. And their salary, Magic was making $2.5 million a year, and Jordan making $2.4 million a year. Let me say that again. Magic was making $2.5 million a year. Jordan's making $2.4 million a year. This is Jordan's 7th season. This is Magic's 12th season.
Yeah.
And I understand it was back then, but it's just like,
guys making $60 million now.
Dude, you know how much they would be making? What?
It's the best
time. It was just crazy. I mean,
yeah.
I know they were still. I mean, they still making more than Acuna, but no, I'm just kidding. But
Acuna
bruh,
got that 1940 deal.
I was tripping when I saw that, bro. And then in the
Don't
show,
Scotty's deal.
oh yeah,
Scotty's
Scotty,
deal.
horrible. So in the show, what you think about Winter Time? Like, I don't know if you got to watch the last 2 episodes.
No, I've only seen the first one of the new season.
Bruh, this is the best show out right now. If y'all haven't gone to watch it, make sure y'all watch Winter Time. It's dope. It's real dope. Dude playing the hell out of magic. You know what I'm saying?
Who your favorite character?
Norm, my favorite character.
That dog. Okay, all right. Norm, my favorite character.
Norm Nixon, my favorite character.
Norm's my favorite character.
Bro, wait till you watch the next 2 episodes. The funny part is, I know history. I know what's going to happen. And,
I don't. I know Norm and Magic didn't work out though.
They got traded, right? You know, he got traded. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. Okay.
No, he ended up getting. Well, I mean, that's history. He just ended up getting traded, right?
To the Sonics, right?
Right. Brandon, no, to the San Diego Clippers.
Oh,
well, that was San Diego, Los Angeles. But I know that already because I know history, and I still don't want him to get traded. I'm like, yo, I don't want him to get traded. But I already know he got traded, but I'm watching like I don't want him to get. Dude, he is my favorite character on the show.
Yeah, me too.
Just watch, bro. 2 and 3. Oh my, he is hilarious.
The actor, you know that's his son in real life, right? Did you know that's Norm Nixon Jr.?
Who, Nick? No.
Yeah.
You sure?
That's him in real life.
Look that up and see. I don't.
That's not.
No.
No, it's not him. And look, this dude. Okay, he was on Grey's Anatomy. Norm Nixon Jr. was on Grey's Anatomy. My bad. I thought that was him. That's why I like him. So he was playing his dad. But all right.
But I think, everybody's playing their part. Kareem looked like Kareem, act like him. Even with Dr. Bus.
Yeah, man, they got him. They got it to the T. My boy Wood Harris' brother, the agent.
Oh yeah. I like Bird too. Like even with Bird, the way he is, and everything. Like Bird is like killing it, But Magic, Magic is up there, man. Like that show is dope, though, man. Like we said, shout out to Maceo, man. They were saying we think the NBA will come down and shut that off. You might be too young to remember this, but it was a show called Playmakers. It used to come on ESPN, and it was basically about the NFL. And
I remember NFL play. And it used to come on like a middle of the night sometime, right?
Okay, so they probably showed the reruns then, but but
it was
NFL shut that off because it was showing too much of what was going on.
Film, right?
It was showing too much of what was going on. I mean, it was showing what happens in the NFL with contracts and all this stuff, drugs, all of it.
So that's not the show.
They shut it off. You might be talking about balls.
I'm talking about that one show where they be showing film. It'd be like the 3 guys, like they'll show film and it'll put you to sleep, bro. It's like
no. This was no. This was a series like this. Winter Time is showing everything that's going on there. I just don't know, man. Like what's gonna happen. That's why Jerry West is ready to sue and everything. So, but either or, man. Well, look, Brandon says it's him talking about. I think he's talking about Norm. It's not Norm. I don't think it's. I gotta look that up. Did you look it up?
I heard it. Yeah, but it don't. I looked up Norm, but see this. I think it's him, bro. Because I think it's him, dog. Hold on. We'll find.
I'm looking. I'm looking it up right now. Hold on.
I heard that somewhere, man.
And plus, he was
in Snowfall too. I don't know if you watch Snowfall. That same actor, but
Yeah, that's Norm Nixon. His name Devon Nixon.
yeah, that's his son. I see. Yeah, it's his son. Yep.
Let me see.
He a good actor.
Let me see.
Yep, that's him. That's him. Yep.
Yeah, that's him. Because he looked like him.
Yeah, Norm Nixon.
Brandon, right. My bad, Brandon. You. I didn't think of that, but because I was watching, I'm like, yo, he looks like Norm Nixon.
Yep.
I mean, but everybody looked like the characters for the most part.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's my favorite.
That part.
I'm gonna watch 2 and 3 tonight.
Yeah, it's good, dog. Norm Nixon is a fool. He's my favorite player. He's my favorite. Oh, there, bro. But all right, man. Well, look, man. Great show, but you already know how we got to do it. Hopefully, we got to play it. All right, y'all. So, first off, I want to thank God for well, first of all, you hear this music, you already know what it means. It means it's time to let you go. Before we let you go, we got a couple of shout-outs to send out, but we're going to win because we must be part of it. First of all, I got to get the biggest shout-out to Almighty God for giving me this platform to do what I do, say what I say, make you all upset, mad, happy, wanting me to stop it. Button, God, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Also, want to thank my guy Ruth. Appreciate you, bro. You killed it today, man. Anything to say?
Man, you know it. Hey, got football starting up Saturday, week 0. Not much going on, man. Y'all go take Notre Dame with the spread, though. Don't ask me why. I know this.
Oh, college football this weekend?
Well, week 0, you got a few games. USC, they play Walgreens University, and Notre Dame plays Navy. So, but you remember, man, that should be an alright game to watch, though. Because remember, they lost like their first 2 games last year, so against Marshall. So they'll be coming to watch this weekend.
All right, and also I want to thank my guests, Vincent the Fantasy Guru and Dr. Fowles for coming on. I want to thank everybody who's in the chat room. Of course, my guy Al, Brandon, Maceo. Who else is in here? I know I'm missing Dennis, Marlon, and everybody else who watched it or listened to the show live or watched it as a podcast. We appreciate it. Shout out to beautiful wife, lovely children, brothers and sisters, nieces and nephews, cousins, aunties, uncles, grandparents, my grandma. Shout out to my cousins. Hey, love on family. Let family know that you love them. Love them while they can still feel it. Love them while they still alive. Hey, eat good this weekend. Eat good this week. Drink responsibly. Until then, watch some sports. Until then, next week, same time, same show, same crazy host, same sports nonsense. Will you miss me? I'm out. Peace. Oh, I miss you. All right, y'all, we out.